Hello! This is Prodigious back again with another deck profile for what I like to call X-Antibody Week. Now, we've already seen Alphamon, and we've seen his evil twin brother, Death Xmon. But now, thanks to the release of DigiPolice, we can actually go over another of the three big strong X-Antibody decks that I believe can finally play on its own rights and with its own style, besides just being a weapon for Alphamon, and that is Ouryumon. Let's get into it. Now, I haven't actually picked which egg I want to use for this deck. I kind of want to run the DigiPolice egg that you would run for this deck. Another part of me wants to run the proper X-Antibody egg. So I haven't actually picked one just yet, so you'll have to forgive me on that. But moving on, besides the egg, going on to our rookies, we are running 4 copies of Ouryumon, who can Digivolve for 0 from a Ouryumon, which is one of the eggs I'm debating on. Otherwise, if he Digivolves on top of any other black or green egg, he does cost 1. So that's what's making this kind of slightly difficult to decide. I like the idea of possibly having something that can just Evo for 1, because it might be a good way to try to pass turn. Could be memory efficient in some ways, or it might be even better to go ahead and just go with the proper egg. But anyway, he has start of your main phase by placing 1 Shu Yulin from your hand as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. This Digimon isn't affected by the effects of your opponent's Digimon until the end of their turn. He also has the inheritable all turns once per turn. When this Digimon becomes suspended, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers with a play cost less than or equal to this Digimon's play cost. Next, we're running the DigiPolice version of some Commandramon. They have on play, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Debrigade or DigiPolice trait among them to your hand, and place the rest at the bottom of your deck, or top or bottom of your deck. Does not say in any order, so I'm guessing you go ahead and just put them back on top in the right order. Interesting. Just didn't notice that. All turns inheritable once per turn. When this Digimon would leave the battle area other than by one of your effects, by deleting one of your other Digimon with Debrigade in its traits, prevent it from leaving. So you got a little bit of some protection there. How policeman-like of them. Now, I'm running 4 copies of BT3 Commandramon, because it is a 3000 DP 2 cost level 3, so not bad at all. No effects, no inheritables, just a very cheap body. Now moving into our level 4s, I'm running 4 copies of Ouryumon. He can Digivolve from a level 3 with X-Antibody or DigiPolice trait for a cost of 2. Otherwise costs 3 to Digivolve on top of any other green or black. He has Blocker, as well as his on-play when Digivolving effect, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. If a Tamer card with the DigiPolice trait is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, that Digimon can't unsuspend until the end of their turn. Then it has the inheritable all turns once per turn. When this Digimon becomes suspended, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers with a play cost less than or equal to this Digimon's play cost. So, as you can see, Ouryumon's new playstyle to separate him from Alphamon and the like is that he wants to suspend the opponent's Tamers and Digimon based off of his ever-growing play cost. Now the other level 4 I'm running in here is 4 copies of High Commandermon. He has a rules text for his name saying that he's considered to be named Commandermon. He has, when attacking, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 card with Brigade or DigiPolice trait and a play cost of 3 or less among them without paying the cost. Return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Then he has all turns once per turn when this Digimon would leave the battle area other than by one of your effects by deleting one of your other Digimon with D-Brigade trait, prevent it from leaving. So again, more protection. And then yes, we are running 4 copies of this little slime ball known as Ouryumon. He has on play when digivolving by placing 1 Satsuki Tamahimi from your hand as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. One of your Digimon gains Rush for the turn. So I'm guessing you would probably hard play him for his 3 cost or Digivolve, but if you happen to hard play him, you can choose to give it the Rush. He also has the inheritable of Blocker. Now going into level 5s, we have Ouryumon. He digivolves from a level 4 with X antibody or DigiPolice trait for a cost of 3. Otherwise, it normally costs 4 from a black or green. He has Blocker, as well as the all turns effect of when an effect suspends another Digimon or Tamer. If a Tamer card with the DigiPolice trait is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, this Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with the Beast, Dragon, or DigiPolice trait in your hand without paying the cost. So yes, unlike the previous level 5 that used to be available for Ouryumon, instead of it triggering by putting a source underneath him and then digivolving for only 1 less cost, he can now just have a certain Tamer with certain traits in him, and then when something else gets suspended, you can just automatically digivolve. Pretty cool. His inheritable is all turns once per turn when an effect suspends another Digimon or Tamer, unsuspend one of your Digimon with the Beast Dragon or DigiPolice trait. So as you saw with his level 3 and level 4, when he becomes suspended, he can suspend another Digimon or Tamer. Now with this one, when an effect suspends another Digimon or Tamer, you unsuspend one of yours. And that includes himself or, as you can see, one of the many DigiPolice trait cards. Now going into another level 5, we're running 4 copies of Cargodramon. This guy has on play when digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 card with a D-Brigade or DigiPolice trait and a play cost of 4 or less among them. Without paying the cost, trash the rest. Then he has these all turns once per turn ability of inheritable. When one of your other Digimon is deleted, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Commandermon among them without paying the cost, trash the rest. Then, of course, we're running the big boy himself as our Mega, the new Ouryumon. He can digivolve from a black or green for 4. Otherwise, he can digivolve from a level 5 with X antibody or DigiPolice trait, also for 4. He has Blocker. He has when digivolving, if a Tamer card with DigiPolice trait is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon or Tamers to the bottom of the deck. Then he has all turns once per turn. When this Digimon becomes suspended, you may play 1 Digimon with the Beast Dragon or DigiPolice trait and 5,000 DP or less from your hand without paying the cost. So he's able to help you build up board. He's able to help you suspend the opponent's stuff. He can unsuspend him or something else. All good things. And then I'm running 2 as a backup mega of Ouryumon. He has, when Digivolving, delete up to 7 play cost totals worth of opponent's Digimon. Opponent's turn, all of your Digimon with D Brigade gain the trait Blocker. Then he has, end of your turn, once per turn, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play up to 7 play cost totals worth of cards with the D Brigade or DigiPolice trait among them without paying the cost. Trash the rest. Now on to our tamers. We are running 4 copies of Satsuki Tamahimi. She's the one that the Ouryumon mentioned earlier, because this deck does run the new Mind Link mechanic with these tamers based off of the webcomic. So you can play this tamer from security if it gets hit, of course, like normal. It has start of your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain a memory. And then main, you can also choose to activate Mind Link with one of your Digimon with Ouryumon or Monzimon in its name, or the DigiPolice trait. Now what Mind Link does is the following. All turns, while this Digimon has Ouryumon or Monzimon in its name or the DigiPolice trait, it gains jamming and reboot. So you can put this tamer underneath those select few Digimon in name or traits, and now this thing has the inheritable of jamming and reboot. But that's not all. As a Mind Linker, it has the ability to cut off the Mind Link at the end of any turn. So at the end of all turns, you may play this Satsuki Takamiki or Tamihimi from the Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost. So she gives us jamming and reboot. Now this other tamer is going to do something much similar. She's going to be a memory fixer. So if we had 2 or less memory at the start of our turn, we set to 3. She can Mind Link with one of our Digimon with the X antibody trait or DigiPolice trait. And what she does as a Mind Linker is, while the Digimon has X antibody or DigiPolice trait, it gains Alliance and Reboot. And just a quick refresher, Alliance means that when you attack, you can suspend another Digimon on your side of the field to add their DP to the one it's attacking that has the Alliance, as well as gain security attack +1. And Reboot means that when your opponent's unsuspend phase basically happens, and they are standing back up, your stuff can unsuspend as well. If it has Reboot, that is. And like all Mind Linkers, it has the end of all turns effect of you may play this Shu Yulin from the Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost. So definitely an interesting mechanic, Mind Link. Gives you new abilities while also risking possibly your tamer from being destroyed along with your Digimon. So keep that in mind. Now on to the options. I'm running only 5 in here. I'm running 3 copies of DCD Bomb. It is a D Brigade card, so keep note of that, because it does have the D Brigade trait. Its main effect is D-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, then by returning 3 cards with the D Brigade or DigiPolice trait from your trash to the top of your deck, delete up to 6 play costs totals worth of your opponent's Digimon. Security effect is to activate the main effect. So this is going to be one of our ways to bring back our DigiPolice and D-Brigades and even those Mind Linkers, because they all have DigiPolice or D-Brigade trait. So if we lose too many of those and they end up in trash, we can get them back. Now, the other option card I'm running in here is DG Dimension. When you would use this card, if you have a black tamer in play, reduces cost by 1. Main effect, D-Digivolve 3 of your opponent's Digimon. Then delete 3 of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 6 or less. So as you can see, one of our ways of removing troublesome cards is to de-digivolve them to the point of where they might be at a play cost of 6 or less, and then we can pop them off the board completely. But that has been our take on what I believe is going to be a much better version of just an Ouryumon deck, besides running the one that we already saw in the Alphamon, because this way he kind of makes a stand of his own and can stand out on his own, do his own thing. But what do you think? Do you think it's any better than the old Ouryumon? Would you combine the two? Leave some comments down there below for me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And this has been Prodigious. I will see you next time.